All right. Yeah. So today we are going to look at how do you publish your website on internet. Yeah. We've been trying to develop websites, but we've been storing them on a computer, meaning that no one can access them unless they come and visit your computer. That's when they could visit your website. But how do you make it visible to everyone on the internet? Yeah, that's what we're going to look at. Yeah, so I have some presentation here, but we're going to be moving back and forth between the slides and the practical like stuff. Yeah, I want you to get it very well. There are very many different ways of like publishing a website, but we're going to look at the standard ones and also like the easier way. Now, like for the bootcamp, how are we going to be handling? Because we need all of you to develop websites and they all have to be visible online. So we have to ensure, I have to show you how you're going to do it. Yeah, however much there are very many different ways, but those ones you can look at them maybe in your free time as you're making more research. Yeah, so, okay, these are like the steps. There may be other steps, but the very big steps are these. One, you develop a website. Yeah, I'm assuming you're developing it on the PC. So it's kind of like you're developing it offline. Though it is possible for you to go to number 2 and even number 3, then you develop while it is online. So the changes are made while the website is online. But now let's go the standard way. So you have to first develop a website and ensure that it is working, or like at least someone can look at it and they understand what is going on. Yeah. Then after that, you need to buy what they call a domain name. So at the start of the training, we had some introduction to internet programming and we talked about this. So a domain name is kind of like the name for your website. Yeah. So we have an example like mywebsite.com, but it can be maybe it is a farm and your farm is called maybe Kfarm. So you can buy a domain name called kfarm.com. Yeah, so you need to have a domain name in order for you to have an address so that when someone visits that, it is your website that displays. Yeah, so we're going to look at different ways how you can acquire one. Yeah, now we have buy, but it is possible to get a free one. So we're going to even see how do you get a free domain. Yeah, then after that, you need to pay or purchase or find a way of hosting. So now what is hosting? Hosting is, see our files, we have files like here. This is a website we're going to be publishing online today. It's called Flex Cities. This is the one we've been developing. Yeah, let's first have a look at it. Yeah, this is the one we developed last time by covering Cloudflare and also the cards. So this is what I want everyone to be able to see online. For now, I can only see it when I'm on the computer. So I already finished the first step, that is developing a website. Then now I need to get a domain name. Yeah, so we're going to look at different ways of getting a domain name. Now, hosting is when you need a space online where you're going to store these files so that they are accessed by the visitors of the website. Yeah, so those they are called servers. Yeah, so you need to pay for a server, or we're going to look at the different packages for hosting. Yeah, you can turn your computer into a server. Like you can host, I can leave the files here. Then I follow different settings to ensure that people that visit my domain that I've purchased, they access this file. It is possible, but I will then have to ensure that my computer is always running, because when it shuts down, it will not, my files will not be visible online. Or if it disconnects from internet, they will not be visible. So you have to buy, to ensure that you buy, they give you storage and more things as we're going to look at. So that is kind of like you renting or you paying for a service. And which service is that? It's called a server. A server is it's a normal computer, but for it can run like for years and years without shutting down. So now that means it can always be on. Yeah, so that's what you pay for, so that it is always on, and it has certain software that can handle or manage websites. So that is what we pay for, but we're going to look at an example practically. Yeah, so that is paying for hosting. Then after that, you upload your website. By uploading, I mean you transfer these files to where they are supposed to be located, or to where you've purchased your space for storage. Yeah, so after there, when someone types in your domain name, they will be able to access the website. Yeah, so we already done with the first step, which we're not going to repeat. Yeah, we've developed a website, but developing one and you publish doesn't mean that you will not be able to make changes. Yeah, you can always make changes and you upload them, or you update the website. So it's known that the way this website that we're going to publish is looking like, I cannot modify it later. I can always modify. Yeah. So we are done with number one, developing a website. We're just going to sample this one. It's the one we're going to publish right now. It should be, by the end of this session, it should be right on like internet. I send you a link, then you're able to get it or to visit it. Okay. So now how do you do number two? Buying a domain name. Now it happens that you can have different domain names. First of all, you have to first choose the name, or what they call, um, you have to first choose the name of your website. Yeah, this one here. You have to first search and see whether it is available, like no one else is using that name. Yeah, then also you choose what they call, it's called top level domain. Yeah, so top level domains, these are the three letters, sometimes two or three, it depends. There are two. There is what they call generic top level domains, like .com, which means it's a commercial website. .org may mean it's for an organization, now like the one for Visionary Minds Empowerment and Development Initiative, it is VMEDI.org. So it's for an organization. Then there are those ones which are country code top level domains. So those ones depict a country. For example, .us is for United States, .ug is for Uganda, .jp is for Japan, like that. So we're going to see the difference is mostly it's just about the way it was arranged to do. Like when I see .com, I know that this is for certain business. Yeah. So .org can be for an organization, like a non-profit organization, any other organization. Now they are sold differently. As we're going to see, we're going to check and you see the amount of money that is attached to it. Yeah. So now there is a system which is called DNS. This one, we also covered it in the first like session. You can always revert back to that, but it's a domain name system. So the domain name system is what allows this kind of communication or this kind of setting. For example, computers or those servers, they don't understand this. They don't understand like google.com, vimeo.org. For them, they only know IP addresses. So the system that converts those IP addresses and they translate them into the understandable domain names is called DNS. Yeah. So every device that is connected on the internet gets an address that uniquely identifies it. Yeah. So for now, for this kind of website, they also get that domain name that uniquely identifies them, and that is the only way we can recognize them. Now, there happens that there is a non-profit organization that overlooks the system, or that ensures that we are following the rules, that everybody who's connected on internet, they're having a domain name, or a device is having an IP address, and also ensuring that they set policies and different rules. Yeah, so that is the organization we're going to briefly look at, and it's called ICANN. Yeah, like ICANN. That is International Corporation for Assigning Names and Numbers. Yeah, so it's a non-profit organization responsible for coordinating and maintenance and procedures of several databases related to namespaces, numeric spaces of the internet, then ensuring the networking stable and secure operation. So it's kind of like a big organization that is looking at how domains are purchased, who is eligible to sell them, because not everyone can sell, which names can be used where. So that is the organization that overlooks all of that. Yeah. So now you can visit them on their website here. It's called icann.org, icann.org. Yeah. So from here you can get a lot of information about the policies, anything that you want. You can just come here to search because the website has a lot of content. So you may use search to get quicker to what you need. Now, I can, if it was just one website that is responsible for everything, it would be hard. Like traffic would be, there would be a lot of traffic, and they couldn't provide nice services. So what they did is that they give out license to other companies that can help in the registration of those domain names. Yeah, and those companies are called the registrars. So in case you want to know which, because someone can go online and they type in that we sell domain names, but you need to be sure, are they accredited by ICANN in order for them to sell the domain names? So they need to have a license from ICANN. So when you type in registrars and you search for that, then you get list of accredited registrars. So as you're buying a domain name, unless otherwise, you should ensure that the company you're buying from should be amongst these ones which have been accredited by ICANN. So giving examples of registrars like here, I've put Namecheap, Godaddy. You can come here and search. Is Namecheap there? It is not there, and it is there. It means that if it's not there, it means that it's not registered with ICANN. So whichever something that happens, like ICANN is not reliable for that. And also you should be so curious. You should buy domain names from only the registrars that are registered with ICANN, unless there are some platforms that are existing and they are giving out free domain names. So they have their terms and conditions that you can read through. So they may not appear in this list, but they help you to be online with a free domain name. Yeah. So those are registrars. Registrars are companies where we go and we search for a domain name. So now let me go to that Namecheap that I've been talking about. So I'm going to use just a new window, namecheap.com. I'm going to open like 5 of them. Yeah, so we have namecheap.com, then we have Godaddy. Yeah, Godaddy.com. We have Bluehost. Yeah, so we're just going to search a website, a domain name, like we want to register a certain domain and we want to see whether it is still available, and if it is available, how much. Meaning available, it means that no one has already registered that domain name. Yeah, so I'm going to come to Namecheap and I search for, okay, let me call it Flex Cities. Click on search. Yeah, so it's going to bring back results. Yeah, so I can see that flexcities.city is available and it's being sold at $4.98 per year. Okay, then flexcities.com, someone else registered it in 2017. So now that means this one is not available unless I make offer. Making an offer is like I want to purchase that domain from someone else who is having it. So when we try to visit that, either there is a website or someone just bought and they left it there. Maybe they are reserving it for the future. So if you try to visit flexcities.com, it should bring certain website. Yeah, so there is a website which is already there. You see this, so it was registered. And here it could show you that it is no longer existing in the system. Yeah, in the background is a lot of technical, it's kind of complex what's going in the background, but we don't want to know that, because once you buy it from any registrar, it becomes not available to others. They can see that that one has been taken. Yeah, so looking at flexcities.ct, we've seen the money. Then there's flexcities.net. It is also available. Yeah, most times this .net top level domain shows companies or websites that are providing internet services. Yeah, so just giving an example, in case I'm interested in this, I'll just click on add to cart. Yeah, this will require you to have an account. Yeah, so here I'm not signed in, so the process is not going to be complete. Yeah, but you could see this is how it looks like. They show you how much you're paying for the domain. It is per year. Then you can even pay for more than a year. Maybe you want to pay for 2 years, then the money will increase. Yeah, you've seen that it has changed from $10, now it is 26.32. Because you want to pay for more years, just add, then the money will keep on increasing. Yeah, then you can see that as you doing domain name registration, there's what they call ICANN fee. So there's just small amount, like this is 0.54, like $0.50 that goes to ICANN, that non-profit organization, just to cater for their expenses as they are maintaining or they are ensuring that the DNS is working. Yeah, so there they get some small amount that goes towards the organization just for maintenance, or like to ensure that the organization is running. Yeah, so this is how you can buy a domain, just that now here you need to sign in, like you need to open up an account here and also attach a credit card. As a credit card, any like ATM card, as long as it has Visa. Visa means that you can purchase things online. It is whether from any other country. So you add those details, then you'll be able to purchase. They will send you details on your email. Then they even send you a manual of how do you set up more things. Yeah, so it is the same procedure to others, just that you will see that it will look, the interface will look different. So let me search for it. Flexities. Then also this one should show us that the one of .com is taken. Then it is only the one of yeah, it shows you that flexities.com is taken. Yeah, so then they suggest for you what is possible. Maybe when you add an I, that is flexities.com, then they can even show you that they are giving you a discount from $19 to just $1.19. Click on it. Then you also need an account. Attach the credit card details. Then it will be purchased. Yeah, we're going to look at more other settings, but here I'm just showing you how you can purchase a domain name. Yeah, so that is how you can get a domain name. The one we're going to use today is got from a platform called Freenom, freenom.com. So freenom.com gives you some domain names for free, but they are not going to be .com. So let's search for something here and I show you. So maybe I want to register, I click on services, go to register a new domain. So we are in the process of getting a domain name. Then after a year, we're just going to look at how do you host, and we shall be done. So here I can search for Flex Cities. Now I've already booked one, but I'm just going to add in I here, and I show you what I'm talking about. So I add it, click on check availability. Okay, I'll talk about weeks later on. Yeah, Emma, I've seen your question. Yeah, so now I can see that when I type in a domain, there are some these top level domain names or top level domains which are free, like .tk is free. They're showing you that it is free, but it is free for only 1 year. After that, you start paying. .ml is free, .ga is free, .cf is free. But now you can see the one of .com is there, and it is $8.38. Now, you have to be keen about this money. Now, yeah, it may look small, that it is 8.3. Let's convert it to Ugandan shillings. Not a lot, but I'm going to show you where the additional charges come from. Yeah, now this is closer to like 30,000. So you may think, okay, 30,000, I get a domain. Well, not exactly. Why? Because they are bank charges. Yeah, like the charges that your bank is going to charge you as you're making a transaction. Another one, different banks and different, because these websites, they use different ways of payment. Yeah, you may find that they are using PayPal or they are using Visa directly. That is your credit card. They have different dollar rates. They don't use this normal dollar rate. Now here, I think they are using, you can see that the rate, it can be a little bit low, maybe 3,700. But when you go to buy the domain, it is actually, they can use 3,900 or even 4,200. Yeah, just the dollar rate. Then you add on the charges. So at the end of the day, you may need to deposit above or at least 50,000 in order for you to buy a domain. Yeah, so that's it. But also be sure that, be curious that sometimes these ones have different like money attached to them. You can see .com has $8, .net 6, .org 9, .biz, which is dedicated for business, is 13, .info, most of websites that provide information, is $8. Yeah, so you can see that there is different money. It depends on the top level domain, all these last letters. .academy, very expensive, $20. .accountants, $66. Yeah, so also be curious about that. Okay, so now if maybe you want this one of .tk, click on get it now. Yeah, so this one needs when you are signed in. Okay, I'm signed in. Let me just repeat it. Just that sometimes either network or you may just need to refresh. But what we're going to do, it's not you don't have very many processes. As long as you click on get it now, ensure that you signed in. Now I'm going to sign in. It had signed me out. That's why I couldn't get it. It's just for security purposes. When you take long without attending to it, they sign you out. So we go back to Flexities when it has I in it. Click on check availability. We're just going to go with the free one that has .tk. Okay, this, click on get it now. Then I click on checkout. Checkout, it's kind of like the basket, like you've gone to the supermarket and you want to buy that. Now choose the period. Yeah, so we want to choose from 3 months. You can see we can go up to 12 when it is showing 3. And you go above 12 months, then it shows you how much you will be paying. Yeah, so I'm just going to go with this one. Then I click on continue. Yeah, now there are these different other settings, but we shall work on them later on. So I click on get it and continue. Then they will process. They are going to process kind of like an order. So I click on complete order. Oh, sorry, I need to check. I've read and agreed to the terms and conditions. So now I'm not going to read them, but you should read those terms and conditions, especially if this is not existing in the list of the accredited registrars. It's not there. Yeah, so you can see when I try to search Freenom, it's not there. So it's not accredited to sell domains. Yeah, but now we go into it because it can give us free domains. So we just need to read their terms and services. And we know what we're putting ourselves into. Yeah, someone is asked, how do I know that a certain domain is being used by someone or it's being used? We've already looked at that. I can repeat it, but we've already looked at it. Yeah, let me just open a new window here. I come to maybe Namecheap. They're just going to show you that it's not available. Yeah, so let me go for google.com. Like that. We're going to see it's going to show us that it's already used and maybe an offer, and that offer can be very big according to the company. You may find that in order for you to buy like google.com, you may find that they are even making it impossible. Let me see if this is active. Yeah, it was registered. You see that here they are showing you it was registered in 1997. And when you click on, like you hover over it, they show you who registered it. Yeah, so it shows you the year, who registered it. So it shows you registered at Mac Monitor Inc. Corporations. I think as you buying the domain, there is someone who possesses that domain. So the account you use to purchase is kind of like the person who owns that domain. So if you have a person in maybe an IT company, and you tell them to buy the domain and they use their email addresses, they are the ones that are going to constant or permanently be like owning. So as they are sending like the details of the owner, that is the email address they are going to attach there. So it is the same thing here. They are showing registered at Mac Monitor Inc. So that is either company or a person who registered that. Yeah. So in case you say that me, I want this one exactly, you can make an offer. By making an offer, it's kind of like you giving someone money so that they send you, so that they allow you to use that domain. Yes. So some people do this kind of data business that maybe if I know that Uganda Airlines was not having a website, but they will need it, someone can come and buy it so that when Uganda Airlines comes and they try to search for it, it shows that it is already being used by someone. So they make an offer. So instead of buying that domain at $8, you may find that that person is selling it at 1,000 US dollars, but it is a risky business, but people do that. Yeah. So you can see this is, if you need a domain that is already in use, you have to make an offer, but it depends on the company. Now, just imagine google.com. Do you think Google can sell it out? Even if you provide like 1 billion US dollar, they can't. Yeah. But there are others which are being put on market and they can show you that. Maybe let me put, all right, here you may not get, but you can see that someone is putting it on a marketplace that I'm selling it at this much. Now, like here, no, it's not on marketplace, but they are trying to show you now. See, this is mywebsite.io. See, it is 12,500 US just buying that mywebsite.io. It's not on $8 or $9 that we've been already seeing. It is very, very expensive as you're buying it, but once you've purchased it, renewing it is at almost $40. But you see how much you're buying it. That is a lot of money, 12,000 US dollars. This is a lot of money. Yeah. So it is business. It is real business, but it is big companies that do that business. Yeah. So you see the amount they are selling, just that name, they are selling it at 44 million Ghanaian shilling. Yeah. So you can't make a mistake and have the same like address. It can't happen. Yeah. So yes, we are done with the domain. So when I click, it depends on all the concepts we are covering are the same, but these registrars just have different interfaces. Like their websites will look a little bit different. Yeah. So when I click on my domains, then I'll find it. What I've purchased, I should find it under the list. So they keep on logging me out, but that is okay. So I can see that it is here. Yeah. Then I have also others, but now I'm just going to click on manage domain. Yeah, so other things we shall come back here. So we've already got our domain. Okay, now what is next? We said you need to, if you go, we are to go back here, we developed the website, then we've bought the domain name. So what is next? We need to find a web hosting. Yeah, so it happens that there are also companies that are providing for hosting services, like for web hosting services. They give you different packages, but in most cases, they are the same companies that are selling domains. Yeah, so may you find that Namecheap is a company that is selling domain, but it also has packages for hosting. Yeah, so now let's look at them. One of them, there are very many, lot of them. I think more than 1,000. There are even those ones which are local. Like here in Uganda, you'll find a hosting company and they bought their own server and your files are put on that server, but it is always running and it is configured to be identified on internet. So you can either buy from the local, like you can go to Kampala, or you can even search online, or you buy one which is international. But the one which is international, know that you'll be paying in dollars. So the one which is here, you'll be paying in Ghanaian shillings. And also, it depends on support. You may find that when you go to town and you purchase your services from a company from Kampala, you can easily maybe access their IT support. I'm not saying these ones which are international don't have, but it depends on, it's about your choice. Yeah. So this one is called Bluehost. There are different types of hosting, but the one I'm talking about is called shared hosting. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. Shared hosting. Uh, okay, someone is asking, why is it that when I try to create a domains, okay, we've explained this. When you try to create a domain and says not available, it means someone has taken it. Someone else has already registered it. So it's not available, like it's not available for purchase. Someone else has taken it. I hope I've answered you. So now these are different packages for shared hosting. Shared hosting technically means a lot of things, but just take it as those big servers. They can put in RAM. They put in they put in storage like SSD, which is very huge. They put in a big processor with a lot of cores. Yeah, but now when you put their websites, you share the same computational resources. You may find that one CPU is being used by maybe 5 accounts, and each account is using a virtual CPU. So there's a lot of technology that goes around that. It's called virtualization. But you don't need, or you don't need to care about how it works. Just care about whether your website is it fast when people are visiting it. Yeah, then others, unless you want to learn about cloud computing, that's when you can learn what goes in the hood. Yeah, so here they are showing us different plans. So you see what you get. So this one is $2.95 per month. And what do you get? They give you that you can host one website. Now, these packages you can host, you may find that there is one package where you can host very many of websites, or like unlimited websites. Yes, it means that you can manage very many websites from just one single place. Yeah. So for this kind of package where you pay $2.95, you only get to host one website. Okay. Then they give you storage of 500 or 50 GB of SSD storage. Yeah. So SSD means solid state drive. Yeah. In a computer, there happens, there used to be those bigger disks and they were called disk drives. They are cheap, but they are slow. Like reading data from them is very slow. So the website can slow down. So SSDs are the ones which are very fast, but they are very expensive. Yeah. So 50 GB of SSD is too much expensive, but it is very fast. So it's a very good deal to get this at only $2.95. Yeah. So they show you different things you get, the custom themes, custom support. Then here they get what they call website builder. Yeah, so someone was asking about Wix. So Wix is it has different services, but one of the most common known services, a website builder. Now, a website builder, I'm just going to explain it in just 1 minute, then we shall move on. Website builder is we've been writing code from scratch in order for us to come up with this kind of website. Now, for a website builder, coming up with this website can take you even like 2 to 3 minutes or 5. You just drag and drop that. I need a carousel here. Find this is the image, put these words. So you can build a website in very few minutes without coding. So there are some advantages to that and some disadvantages to that. So Wix is one of them. It gives you the morale to have that builder, the Wix builder. You can build a website very fast. Even if you don't know how to code, you can build it. Yeah, though there are very many disadvantages that come with that. It limits on customization. Yeah, so okay, I'm going to keep on trying to read the questions and answer them so that they may be related to what we're covering. So someone, does it mean that when you buy a server space, you are given a domain for 1 year? It depends on a package. For this is what they give you. Free domain 1 year. They call it free domain, but whatever you're buying, it's already included. It depends on the package. Yeah? So for them, when you pay this, they are giving you a free domain for 1 year. After 1 year, you have to pay more to renew that domain. If you don't, the website is going to go down, and after a certain period of time, that domain name is going to go back to the market. So another person that is looking for it can buy it because for you never renewed it. Yeah. So that is one package. They call it basic. There is plus. Then here they show you, they give you unlimited websites, means that what I didn't tell you, it doesn't mean that where you buy the domain is exactly where I should buy the, let's call it server space or hosting from. You can purchase the domain from Namecheap, but you are hosting with Bluehost. Yeah, there is some connection. We're going to look at it, how you connect that too. Yeah, so here what they mean by unlimited website means that you can purchase, as long as you pay for that domain, you can bring and host them here, as long as you don't bypass the storage. So also they are saying unlimited SSD storage. Yeah, so one, what I would say, you have to be keen about this. Until you buy it, that's when you can easily know what they mean. This is done for marketing purposes. It is very hard to say you have unlimited storage. Yeah, even if on YouTube you're uploading videos, they don't have limit for you. They just have big servers that have huge space, but it is not unlimited. It's limited to a certain amount. Now, the way these ones limit it, they can limit the number of files that you can have on a server. Yeah, they are called nodes. So you may find that a certain package is showing you unlimited SSD, but you cannot upload more than, let's say, 1 million files. Once you reach that, you've like exhausted your space. Yeah, so just be keen and understand very well when they say unlimited, what does it mean? Yeah, so that is one like company. It's a web, it provides web hosting, one of the top like companies that provides, called Bluehost. Then we have another one.
Excuse me, Mansoor.
Yes, please.
On that very thing, when they say free domain, one free domain, does it mean that you can first go on the other registrars and confirm that the name has not been used? Then you come to hosting, you bypass the first step. You come to hosting, set after paying for hosting, then the domain name is covered.
What I said, most cases, these web for making business easier, the web hosting companies at the same time registrars. So when they say free domain for 1 year, Now that means as you're buying this package, they are going to ask you, which domain name do you want to use? Once it is available, that is the one they are going to assign to you. So they are giving you two services at the same time. You can buy the domain from them and you can host from them. Hope I've answered your question.
Yes, I get it. Then another
It's
thing,
the same price.
You gave us two examples of registrars, that Namecheap and that free norm something. So does it mean that they have to reconcile with ICANN, so that if the name is not in Namecheap, that it means it's also not available in free norm?
Yeah, it's done technically. Once it is purchased within less than 1 minute, once you purchase a domain, after like 30 seconds, when you check it on another registrar, it's not there. It has been taken. It happens very fast. Yeah,
okay,
so
thank you.
there's no mistake that can happen that two people have bought the same domain. It can't happen. Yeah, maybe adding on that, there's a registrar in Uganda. It's only one, something happened, and it is only one company that is selling .ug domain names, and they are very, very expensive. They are 110 Ugandan shillings per year. Yeah, it's called I3C. Maybe you can just add on Ugandan domain. But once you want to buy, this is where you come to. It's called I3C, Infinity something computer companies, something like that. Yeah. So when you want to buy a domain with .ug, this is where you come to, but it's very expensive. Yeah. 110,000. I'm not going to sign in, but this is where you come to. It's called registry.co.ug. It's only one company. Even if you find it on other websites, you will end up to the same website. All right, so let's continue. Now we're checking out on another one. So this is Namecheap, same services. So for them, they are telling you at 2.88 per month. You're getting 3 websites, 20 GB SSD. Then there's what they call a content delivery network, CDN. I'm not going to explain it in detail, maybe just giving you a hint. A CDN, you see a server, like here, if I go to Kampala and I pay someone to host my website, the server is located here in Uganda. So someone in America who is trying to access that, find they can access, but the speed, the website will take long to load. So there happens that there are certain, there's a technology called content delivery network, which goes on like multiplying how strong, like let's call it signal, but it's not signal. I just want to explain it in simpler terms. So they ensure that whether someone is in China, whether someone is in Japan, someone is in UK, the speed stays the same. So that is called the content delivery network. They can be inbuilt within the web hosting company. Then there is also one company, or like some companies that are just dedicated to that. One which is common, it's called Cloudflare. Yeah. So for it, it is a complete company only looking at content delivery network, like ensuring the website is accessible in every part of the company. So you can get this service for free. Then also there's premium services. Like when you try to sign up here, you can get, when you click on pricing, you see that they have free services, but also the free one gives you different things compared to the pro. Yeah. So, okay, that is CDN. So now let's move on to another thing. It's what I was trying to explain here. So for them, these ones are claiming that once you pay that, they give you 20 gigabyte of storage. You can host 3 websites, and they give you a CDN. So now that means wherever someone is accessing your website from, it's going to be fast. Yeah. Then they give you other plans. So this is unlimited websites, unmetered SSD. They are technical details, but you have to be keen. They are for some are for marketing. Now you'll find unmetered, then another unlimited. They are different, but I'm not going to go into that since we have limited time. Yeah, but be keen about the package you buy. You see unmetered and unlimited, and you think they are the same, but they are not the same. Yeah, then they allow you to pay monthly or yearly, like that, or even for 2 years. Yeah, so they have different data centers. The data center is like where they have their server. So you may find what when you buy one from US, it is different from that of UK. So the one of UK is expensive than the one of US for for certain reasons, which I may not be knowing. But you can see that different when you purchase a server, because it's kind of like here we buying server space. When I buy it in UK, it's more expensive than when I buy it in US. Sometimes you don't care, you just want to publish. Yeah, but some businesses care. Someone may be having a business and more customers are in the UK, and that's what they need. They need their website to have a server located in the UK. So they will buy the one which is more expensive. Yes, Oluga, you can ask. Daniel, you can unmute and ask. You have a question. Okay, I think maybe you can't hear us. So let's continue. Yeah, now we have we have more. There's Godaddy also providing the same services. Yeah, so now I happen to have some server space, the one we're going to test on. Yeah, I bought it from one of the providers. So it is here. They give you some, it's called a cPanel, but all it does, it helps you to manage websites. Yeah, so it looks like this. One of the things that you may get here in hosting, you can get storage, you can get email accounts, you can get different softwares, there's SSL certificates that ensure that your website is safe. Not that it is not hacked, it just encrypts the site. So here you can see some statistics. Like I have some file usage. It shows me the disk space, very many things. Yeah, the domains, how many domains I've already used, how many, the limit of domains that I have. So we're going to deploy our website here at first. I'm just going to use like 5 minutes. Then we deploy to the one that we shall be using in the NGO. But in most cases, people deploy websites on cPanels. Yeah, so how is it deployed on cPanel? One, I need to first connect this cPanel onto where I purchased the domain from. So I purchased my domain from Freenome. But my cPanel was not bought from Freenome. It was bought from a different provider. So how do I do that? Okay, it happens that there's what they call name servers. So technically it means something different, but for now, let's take it. Name servers is the address of the server that I purchased. So I need to come here and I tell this, please, when you're looking for the location of files, you find them here, like you find them here on this cPanel. So this panel has those name servers. They are the ones I'm going to fill here. So I'll come to manage tools. So I've told you it's the same concept, but now this can be a different interface. So when you go to Namecheap to configure, the interface will look different, but you will just have to look for where there's name servers and click on use custom so that I can type in the name servers. So I'm going to type in the addresses for this cPanel because this is where I'm going to upload my files to. So they are called dns1.namecheaphosting.com, like that. Then another one is DNS2 www.namecheaphosting.com. When you buy the cPanel they send you, this is not so confidential because even if someone adds it from their site and I don't have the files here because I need to do most settings on the cPanel, it can't work. I have to first tell this that please, as you're looking for files for flexities.tk, you're going to find them uploaded on this server. Then which server? This is the address of the server, like that. So when you read in the documentation, they can show you how you go about it. But for now, once I'm done with that, I click on change name servers. Yeah, it used to take like 24 hours to propagate, but now these days, these servers are kind of fast. It can take even 1 minute. Yeah, we're going to check it. If it has not yet worked, then we shall move on to another step. Yeah, so now I can see that I have changes saved successfully. When I try to check name servers, I'll find that they are getting from dns1.namecheaphosting.com, dns2, which are servers for this cPanel. Okay, now I come and I add that domain onto my cPanel. If I try to add that domain on the cPanel without doing this, it's going to tell me it is not existing. Why? Because it is not pointing to this address. Yeah, so that's why I had to first do this. Sorry. Okay, let me put it next to each other and we go out with some of these. All right, so how do I do this? Now it needs a lot of time, but we're just going to go directly to what we need to do. So here I just add it as an add-on domain. It's just called an add-on domain, a domain on the same level. Then I type it here. So I have to ensure that I type the same name. So let me just copy it in order for me not to make any mistake. And I paste it here. Okay, so I paste it there. Then I click on document root. Document root means where the file is going to be uploaded to. That's what it means. Yeah, someone has a question. But if I buy a server space and it gives me a plan for free domain, but unfortunately I have a domain already. So what can happen there? You can add it. You can add that domain here. You can just add that other domain that you have. You add it here, the way we are adding this one. Yeah, so here you type in your domain name, subdomain. Okay, subdomain is like when I was buying this cPanel, it is in certain names. Yeah, maybe mansour.org. So whenever you add another domain, to create some other subdomain like flexcities.mansour.org. Yeah, so for now, just leave it because if you don't put it there, it's not going to work. Then the document root is the folder where we're going to be uploading our files to. So the folder will be called flexcities.tk. That's how I want to call it. Then click on add domain. So when I click on add and it refuses, means that the other side, the settings have not yet propagated or it has not yet detected it. But once it works, it will mean that it has detected the other settings we made from the changes we made from this side. Like we told them to point to this server. Yeah, so it is showing me could not determine the name server IP address for flexcities.tk. Please make sure that the domain is registered with a valid domain registrar. Yeah, so this can happen because we checked and Freenom is not a valid registrar, but that is not the issue. The issues can be many. One of them is in most cases when you buy a free domain like here, it may not work with cPanels. In most cases, what works is when you buy a .com. Even if you buy it from Freenom, it can work. Yes. So now we've got that error, but at least you saw the steps that are being taken. Now I'm just going to show you a sample of one. Yeah. So let me come back here. Take away this. I'm going to show you something here to complete our step. I can come to my domains. Okay. Yeah, they are not there. I have, let me get from another, let me get from Namecheap. Yeah, let me just come here to the dashboard of Namecheap and I show you one of them. So I can come to domains. I'm just going to check with one of the domains that I purchased. Yeah, just a second as it loads. So yeah, so I happen to have purchased this one. It's called Mansur.me. I'm just going to click on manage. Then I'm going to show it to you from here. Yeah, so if you buy, now this was bought from Namecheap and it happens to be the same company where the Cpanel is bought from. So when you come to name servers here, it will give you different options that you can choose Namecheap based DNS. Yeah, that means something different, which you know. Then there is Namecheap web hosting DNS. So now that means, please you check on the servers of Namecheap. That's where my website is going to be hosted. That's what it means. Now, if I choose custom DNS, it means that I'm going to put name servers of somewhere else where this website is going to be like hosted. But now they are all on the same, like from the same company. Then I leave it to Namecheap hosting.dns. So when I come back here to the cPanel, I'll just come back to add-on domains. I click on, I type in centermansur.me, then that domain will be added. Now, once it is added, it will have its own folder here. So I'm going to come to File Manager, then I look for it. It's here. Yeah, so these are the files for that website. So they are uploaded here. So it is the same thing that we wanted to do. Just that since we had purchased we've purchased it from Freenom, then this one never detected it. Yeah, but it would have created a folder like that. Then it is from that folder that we start uploading files. It's very simple. You just click on upload, then you start uploading files here. Then it will be recognized on the internet. So you can see these files are the ones that have code for this website. Let me type it here. It's called centermansur.me. Yeah, so the code is found like here. Once I come and modify this one of index.html, I click on edit and I edit that. I make any change, that change will be totally reflected on the website, which is live here. Maybe you can test it. Okay, so we can test this first one, which says Sentong Mansur. So let me just go and I add I am. Then we make changes, then you'll see that they will reflect from there. Yeah, so click on save changes. Takes very few like seconds. When I refresh this website, then it should add it. See, like that. Yeah, so that is the process. Now I couldn't show you everything live. Why? Because we have limited time. Then also some things take some time to propagate. Yeah, but that is the process you take. Just buy the domain, come and add it on your cPanel in case you have the cPanel. Now let's take today's session is going to be a little bit long. We're going to take more 10 minutes and we look at how do you deploy it on somewhere free, not for paying, because this is very expensive to always pay for this, either monthly or yearly. It is very, very expensive. So how do you deploy a website for free? Yeah, so they have different ways of doing so, but the one we're going to use is called GitHub Pages. Okay, I know we've not yet covered Git, yeah, but what we're going to do doesn't require you to know Git. Yeah, so on GitHub does a lot of things, mostly for version control, but you can also store your website there on GitHub. So what do you need? Just go to github.com, then create an account. click on sign up, then you create an account from there. So once you have an account, you'll be able to open up what they call repositories or projects. So it's from the repositories that we're going to upload the files. Then we shall be able to connect it to where we purchase the domain, or we even going to get a link where someone can access that website. So now this is my account. So I'm just going to come to new. Then I create a new repository. Take a repository as a project. Yeah, or a folder, but take it as a project. So it happens that in case you want to use GitHub Pages means that you want to host a static website. A static website is a website that doesn't have a database. So this one doesn't have a database, just has interface. So there is no interaction with the database. So that is the one we want to host. That's why we can host it on GitHub Pages. It doesn't host the other ones that have databases. They are called dynamic. Yeah, so just come here, type its name, like Flex Cities. Then it will show you that either it is available or not. If it is available, it means that no one is using it. Then add.io. So when you add .io, it will know that you are creating a website. Yeah. If you don't add, it will know that you're creating just a normal project. But once you add .io, it will know that, yes, you're creating a website. Now you can add some description and say, this is a website for Flex Cities. Okay, now we have what they call public and private. So take it as public project can be accessed by anyone. So when you hear that software is open source, what it means is that you can find its code like on GitHub. There are other platforms which are like GitHub, but like you can find a code for Ubuntu. Let's say, okay, let me just type in Linux. You can find the code that developed Linux here, and you look into it. Yeah, now like here, this is it's very tough code, but it's available freely. But you find that you can download, but not everyone can contribute to it. They can limit who is contributing to it. But there are also others where anyone can contribute. Also, there are those ones which are on GitHub, but you can't see them. So those are private repositories. So in case you want to make a website, there's no way it's going to be private. So because those files are going to be accessed on the internet, so it should be public. The project should be public. Okay. Then for now, let's just add and create repository. Or you can say add a README file. README file is kind of like having instructions. These are the ones we shall cover them when we covering Git starting from Friday. Then click on create repository. So creating repository will be like I'm creating a project. Okay, so I'm done creating this project. It is there. You can see the description I wrote. This is a website for Flex Cities. Now I'm going to upload my files here. How? Click on add file, then click on upload files. There are very many ways of uploading files, but I'm just going to use this simpler one. So I'm going to drag and drop. I just have the index file and this one that has images. So I'm going to select both. I drag and drop them here. Then they are uploaded. So I'm uploading the website, or I'm uploading my files, and they are done. So once they are done, we shall learn more technical terms, but we need to save. So this commit is kind of like I'm saving. Whatever I'm done is okay. I'm saving. So click on commit changes. So now our files have been uploaded. So how do we make it a website? We've already said .io, so it knows that we need to make it a website, but we need to get its link. How do you get it? Just come to settings, then look for what they call GitHub pages. Scroll down until where I reach GitHub pages. So click on this, it will just open another tab for you specifically for GitHub pages. Then it will ask you, where is it going to get those files from? So just click on none and select main. We shall look at this when we go to Git, but this means that there are different branches. Yeah, or like subfolders. For now, we want it to get from the main subfolders, then ensure that this is root, not docs root, then click on save. Once we click on save, it is going to give us a link that someone can visit and they access our website. So this is it. Let me see, now it's showing not found. Okay, let's see this main. It may be taking just, it is there now. It was just taking some time. It takes some time to. So now it has taken like 1 minute, but before it would take like 24 hours when it's still waiting for it to be. So now when someone clicks on this link, they can access my website. So let me just open a new incognito window and I paste that link. So if I send you this link, let me send it in the chat and you check it with your phone. When you try to visit it, trust me, you're going to find this website. So with that, you've published the website. So now the link has your GitHub username and the project name, but they are more to it. You can go to like where you purchase the domain from and you connect that to. Yeah, but also this is not a bad way that you've developed a website and someone can click on a link and they can access it anywhere. So once I'm going to attend to your questions later on. Let me first finish this. If I come, now let me come and I change maybe the color of this. We are flexible cities. I change it back to black. How do I do that? I'll need to come back to my project here. Then I come to index.file, click on it. Then I can click on this to edit it. We shall repeat this. Then I look for that I need to change. It's called we have flex cities. It is here. So I'm going to remove this styling of that shows that the color is blue. Then maybe I make it bold. Just going to bold it. Then I save the changes. How? By clicking on commit changes here. Commit changes, then show me that they have been committed. Okay, so once they are committed, now let's check the site here. Now it's not yet refreshed. It's showing this color. Let's try to refresh it unless we wrote wrong code, but once we wrote the right code, it should work. Now there's what they call catch. I'll talk about it, but I'm just going to open a new. Okay, it has not yet reflected. Let me check the code again just once. But the code may be right, just that it can take some few minutes to propagate or to update. Yeah, it is here, class H1, just bold, which is totally okay. We're going to check it after 1 minute. It would have changed. Yeah, oh, let me just refresh here. Yeah, now it has changed. It is here. It has changed from blue to that. Now our website is online, which we wanted. Now the other way of like connecting it. Now if I go back to like a free nom, this is just an example, but it can be anywhere. So I'm just trying to use free nom. Can come to my domains. Then I get this domain that has flexcities.tk, click on manage domain. Then get this link. So I don't want my name to appear like when someone is visiting there. I want them to visit flexities.tk and they get to that website. So I can come here to manage tools, then use what they call URL forwarding. Then I paste in this link. So I'm going to paste in the link of the website, because when someone visits this, they can see a website. So click on that, select set URL. Then we're going to check it, but it may take some time to propagate. Yeah, so let me first check it out now. flexities.tk. So once it propagates, right now it has not yet propagated, but once it propagates, when someone types this, it will bring the other website. Yeah, this website, this one here. So that's how you can publish your website with GitHub pages. So right now, let me first see through your questions. Someone is asking, what about putting those icons on the title page? Now that is about coding. You just code these icons, these ones. They are called site icons. It is just code. Yes. Okay. I think any other question? Anyone with a question, they can send it in the chat. Right now we're concluding. Yeah, Daniel, you're asking, what about putting those icons on the title page? That is, it's code. You can search about it. Just code it. Adds a site icon. URL forwarding. It means that when someone types in flexcities.tk, please forward them to this other website. So someone will not have to cram this because this is too long. Like settlement.github.io, they just type in flexcities.tk. Then for it automatically forwards them to this. Yeah. Maybe I can add index.html. I try to save. I see whether this, but that's what it means. How can I add my web pages online? I'm not getting the exact question because we've covered that. Like in case you need more pages, just come here we're going to cover GitHub, yeah, later on. But in case you've designed more pages, you just upload them here and you make the changes here, then they will reflect. If you've been using a cpanel, go to the cpanel and upload more pages there. Without using GitHub, it depends on where you're hosting it. If you have a cpanel, I've already closed it. I'm not going to open it. If you have a cpanel, you just upload on that cpanel. Yeah, but it is a very good practice to use GitHub. If you go to a company and they are not using version control, we've not talked about it yet, or like we've not. It is very risky. Like it's a bad practice not to use GitHub or not to use any other platform that is like GitHub. It is very good because here you have backup for code and it helps you to collaborate on the same code. Yeah, we shall see the importance of that. Yeah, but for now, yeah, we have a website which is online and you can test with your phones. The link I've sent you, it's online. So what I'll require you to do, go back, open up GitHub accounts. On Friday, we're going to cover Git. Yeah, open up GitHub account. If you have data, you download GitHub Desktop. It's called GitHub Desktop. Let me send a link directly. Yeah, so that is the link to GitHub Desktop. Let me send it to WhatsApp. Okay, yeah, so that is it. Let me see more questions coming through. It's heavy. So I can use around 200 MBs, but you will need it either way because we're going to use it. You need it. Yeah. So go and open up accounts on GitHub. Visit github.com. You can sign up with your email. When you click on sign up, it can allow you to sign up with Google. Yeah. Okay. So that has been it for today. How you publish your website online is very, very important. And there are very more things to learn. When you start doing it, you make mistakes, find out maybe you've deleted a complete website. Maybe you stuck somewhere, you're doing everything, but your website is not visible. But later on, when you continue doing it, yeah, it becomes easy. My GitHub handle, it's Sentong Mansul here, Sentong dash Mansul. That is my GitHub handle. You can go to GitHub and you search like the name. You can either search the repository or you just search someone. So if you search for Sentong dash Mansul, then you'll find some code that I've written, which is there. There are some. I have some projects which are public, then others are private. Those ones which are, see, there are 28 projects. Yeah. So some you can visit them and see through the code. Yeah. So lastly, there, what I've showed you here, it's not the only limit. Like this is not the only way you can deploy a website. There are other platforms like Netlify that I want you to check out, but we shall not be using them. But they are good. There is Netlify, there is Linode server. All these you can deploy for free. Yeah, they have certain limits, but you can deploy for free. This Linode and Netlify. But for us, we've looked at GitHub pages. Then we also looked at Cpanel. We said Cpanel is good, but it is expensive. You have to pay. Then these ones are free. Now you may ask, why are you using the one where are you paying? Because of the certain features. There are some things I can't do on this. But as you're just starting, you're developing your portfolio site, these ones are totally okay. All right. So unless there is any question, in case you have a question, just unmute and ask. Then we call it a day. All right. I think there are no questions. So we are going to end here. Okay, we are going to end here. Then we meet on Friday. Then we start looking at GitHub. Go open up an account on GitHub, download GitHub desktop if you have that. If you don't have, it's okay. Yeah, but it's better if you have GitHub desktop, then it will become very easy for you. All right. Have a good